Okay. Hello everyone. Good morning to one and all. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is real numbers. Maths first. Your second chapter is real numbers. We are going to study about the all types of real numbers in this chapter and whatever the relation, their properties and how do they work. We have given different parameters of it. After that search will come, their relation and all that we will learn in this chapter. Okay. So starting with what are real numbers? Before that, we have to know about some basics. This basics is already done with you all guys in last standard, but still we are going to revise it because we have to learn what are real numbers. For that, first you should know that what are natural numbers. Natural number denoted by capital N, and which starts with 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, natural numbers are those numbers which will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, that are called as natural numbers. Second is your whole number denoted by capital W, and they are start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, whatever the natural numbers are there, in which only if we add 0, we get the set of whole numbers. Okay, so first is natural numbers start with 1, 2, 3. Second is whole number which starts with 0, 1, 2, 3. Only one number is more in whole number, that is 0. Third one is your integers. Integers start with dot dot dot, means what? It start with minus sign. It starts with negative values to positive values. Means here dot dot dot, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Whatever here we have written 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in whole numbers, that are all positive sides. Okay, in positive sides. Now, if we want negative, it goes to the left of the zero. Okay, so right of the zero, it is positive numbers, and left of the zero, it is all negative numbers. This kind of numbers, or this positive and negative kind of numbers, we write in the graph. Wherever we use a graph or we plot an axis, that is xy axis. This is your x axis, this is your y axis. This we called as x dash, and this we called as y dash, because x dash and y dash, because here at the center it is 0. Now at the right side we goes at 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But at the negative side, at the left side, we write it as minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and so on. Similarly, for the y here, upside, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And downside it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and so on. Okay. So whatever the integers are there, they will plot on the axis. Okay. Whatever the axis we are having, there we plot all the integers. Now, after integers, we come with rational numbers. Rational numbers, we don't have a proper set for that. Okay, we can't properly write up like 1, 2, 3, 4 in rational numbers, because rational numbers are in the type of p by pq. P upon q is the type of rational number, where p and q are integers. Okay, here see, such that p and q are what? Integers. Whatever the integers are there, they will have to take on p upon q. For example, we can take any of the integer: 2 upon 3, 4 upon 5, 7 upon 11, 7 upon 11. All these are what? Your integers. Or minus 4 upon 6, not 6, it will come 5, because 4 upon 6 will again reduce. Let us take 5. Okay, so such kind of whatever the integers are there, that they we have to take in fraction form. This is p upon q, means what? Fraction. It is called as fraction form. Okay, so here we can take such kind of examples. All the numbers we can put, they are multiple, so they have converted into a set form, so that become it is very easy. So it is rational numbers are in the form p by q, such that p and q belongs to integers, and where q is greater than 0, means q is never 0. The denominator, this denominator is never 0. Okay, so that you have to remember in rational number that q is not equal to 0, or you can say as q is greater than 0. Always it is greater than 0. Okay, so this is the set of your rational numbers. Okay, then comes the irrational numbers. What are the irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are simply the prime numbers and put them in square root. All prime numbers, all prime numbers. Okay, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, all the prime numbers whatever we are having, that prime numbers just put in the root. Okay, square root. This is what your square root. Okay, so square root may put the prime numbers, you will get all the irrational numbers. One more number is there in your prime number, that is pi. Pi is what here? 22 upon 7. What is the value of pi? It is 22 upon 7. Okay. So if you solve this, you get the value of pi 3.14. Okay. 3.14. We carry up to only 2 digits, but it is a very long number. Okay. So pi is one more irrational numbers. Now all these numbers all together, सब together करेंगे, सब all the numbers if you add in one set, that is what your real numbers. The set which contains all the numbers is called as real numbers. Okay, see here I have drawn a Venn diagram like that. First, a small set is their natural numbers. The natural numbers completely lies in whole number. So ये बड़ा box बनाया उसके लिए. I have made a one more box for the whole number because all the natural numbers lies in whole number except 0. Okay, so natural number is smaller than whole number. Again, from 0 it is here, but not the negative side. Okay, it is not in the whole number. So after whole number, all the values it comes in integers, also with the negative side, -1, -2, -3. So natural number is the smallest. After that whole number, after that integers. All the integers lies in rational number. See here we write here p and q both belongs to what? Integers. So here all the rational numbers, whatever the rational numbers are there, they are completely from integers, but they are in different form. Okay, here we get a single number and here we get a fraction. 2 by 3, 4 by 5, 7 by 11. Like that we get the fractions. That's why rational numbers are different. So its set becomes different. Irrational number is different. Here I have made another. There is no merge between these two numbers. Okay. There is no common in between these two numbers. So this is different set. What next is what your irrational numbers, that is root 2, root 3, root 5. So I have made a different box here. Here irrational number is like different. And all together, all the numbers we get here a big universal set as real numbers. All the sets which in together we form, that is real numbers. Okay. So this is what the basic of numbers, what are actually the real numbers. Okay. So in textbook it is given like this also, in the subset form. Okay, or how is the subset form? Here n is the smallest. Okay, so n is subset. This is the sign of subset. N is the subset of w. In sets we have learned all these things, that how the subset is there. If all the elements of natural number lies in the whole number, then n is the subset of w. So n is subset of w. All the numbers of w lies in I, that is integers. So again w is subset of your integers I. I is subset again of rational number, because all the integers lies in your rational numbers. Okay, and irrational is number is different. We don't have to learn right now about this, so we are not taking the irrational numbers, but it is directly the subset of your real numbers. Real numbers is denoted by r is equal to set of real numbers. R is equal to set of real numbers. R is equal to set of real numbers. So real numbers is here. It is the biggest set of all numbers. It is the biggest set of all numbers. N subset of W, subset of I, subset of Q, subset of R. So here in this chapter, what we are maximum focusing on, that is here these numbers. Okay, natural, whole, integers, and the rational number. Moreover, the right now whichever the practice set we are going to see right now, 2.1 practice set. In that practice set, you are going to more focus on rational numbers. Okay, what are rational numbers? What are its property? How they are going to be this fraction is going to be reduced, and all that things we are going to learn here. Okay, so here now the second one is order relation of rational numbers. See here again, I have told you we have to focus it more. Let us say that R upon S. Okay, in your textbook it is given that P and Q, P upon Q and R upon S are rational numbers where Q and S are greater than 0. Q is greater than 0 and S is also what here? Greater than 0, because this denominator are never 0. Q and S are not 0. Okay. So what kind of relation will come in between these two fractions? What kind of relation there will be come in these two types of fraction? Only three relation will be there. Okay. First one is P upon Q is equal to R upon S. Okay. Either they will be equal, either it will be one will be greater, or either one will be small. Okay. So second will come P upon Q is greater than R upon S. Okay. Let me rub here and I will show you here properly. Okay. First relation it will be P by Q is equal to R by S. Okay. Second it will be P by Q greater than R upon S. One will be greater, one will be small. And third, P by Q is less than R by S. This is greater here, this is small here. This is greater here, this is small here. Okay. One time P is greater, one time R is greater. One time P is greater, and here P is small. Here P is small, here R is greater. Okay. So what kind of relation will be there? Either they will be equal or greater or less. Okay. Now, if we are going to solve this, you know that if is equal to sign is there and fraction kind of is there, then this S will be multiplied to P. This S will be multiplied to P. So we will get S into P is equal to R into Q. Similarly here also Q will be multiplied to R. So S into P is equal to R into Q. Here what we'll get? Second same. P S multiplied to P, Q multiplied to R. So we get S into P is greater than, see here, greater than R into Q. R into Q. Similarly here, P into S is less than R into Q. P into S is less than R into Q. Okay. So here they have given that if P into S, they have given reverse. That if P into S is equal to Q into R, then P upon Q is equal to R upon S. If such kind of multiplication is there and such kind of multiplication is there, then we can write like this. They have given just vice versa. We take is equal to and then multiply, or they have given multiply and then we take is equal to, there is no difference in between. Similarly, in the greater sign, in the lower sign. Okay. So if you want to take any example, you can take also. For example, 2 upon 3 is equal to 4 upon 5. Okay. So these are two fractions, 2 upon 3 and 4 upon 5. So we can take here the greater and it is also if it is not in this sign, it is satisfies in this. Okay, greater and lower. Okay, so 2 upon 3 is 2 upon 3 is lower than 4 upon 5. Okay, is less than 2 upon 3 is less than 4 upon 5. Not in is equal to, but here it satisfies in greater and is equal to. If we want any doubt in between this, that how we are going to satisfy this condition, because p upon q fraction is greater than r upon s, then how is it possible that p into s is also greater than r into q? Okay, so such kind of example if we take, we can get it directly. See here, if you multiply 2 into 5 is less than 4 into 3. This 3 multiply to 4, this 5 multiply to 2. 5 2s are, we know that it is 10, and 4 3s are, it becomes 12. So 12 is greater than 10. So such kind of it is satisfies in this two. Is equal to, it's okay, but here it we can also be satisfied like this also. Okay, so this is the order relation on rational number. Next is properties of rational numbers. Okay, now we will see what are the additive properties and multiplicative properties of rational numbers. Okay, so here we will write down the property on rational numbers, property of rational numbers. So here we will going to write down the property. First is commutative. Second is associative. Third is identity. And fourth is inverse. So we have to see its additive, addition and multiplication. Its additive properties and multiplicative properties here we are going to see. First is what? Commutative property. If we have, if A, B, C are rational numbers, then if A, B, C are rational numbers, if A, B, C are rational numbers. Okay, A, B, C are rational numbers means what? Here A might be a fraction 2 by 3, B might be a fraction 7 upon 11, C might be a fraction 4 upon 9. Okay, such kind of fractions they may be there. Okay, A, B, C. They are denoted as A, B, C. Okay, so first is addition. Addition of commutative means if I consider two numbers are there, addition A plus B, then this can be written as B plus A. A plus B is equal to B plus A. Means addition of two numbers is equal to their sequence. Matlab, if we take 2 plus 3, it will come 5. But I reverse the order. Okay, if I reverse the order, first I take 3, then 2. Still here, its addition is what? 5. Still, its addition will be 5. Okay, so the sequence doesn't matter in addition. Sequence doesn't matter in addition. 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, it is one and the same thing. And same in multiplication, that if we take multiplication of two numbers, then their sequence does 20. The sequence doesn't matter in this kind of property. Okay, so additive property and multiplicative property, that commutative property is what? A plus B is equal to B plus A, and A into B is equal to B into A. Now we are having associative property. What is associative property? If we put bracket for any two numbers and then the third number is added, if we add any two numbers and then to it the third number is added, then addition of first number keep it as it is, then add another two. Very simple it is. Actually, don't go in the basics or like that. Just keep an example. Take an example and prove like this. 2 plus 3, put a bracket, plus 4. Keep it as it outside. Now the same, you have to take ABC. Okay, okay. Here A is 2, B is 3, C is 4. So here A, it will come again 2 plus, take bracket B. B is equal to what? 3 plus C. C is what here? 4. Now solve them. Now first solve the bracket. 2 plus 3 is how much? 5 plus 4. Okay, 5 plus 4 how much? It is 9. 2, keep it as it is. Here, 3 plus 4 how much? 7. 7 plus 2 how much? It is 9. So it is given like that, that if A plus B, two numbers are added, then third number is add, which is equal to this first number if we kept as it is, and if we do addition of the next two, it is one and the same. It is one and the same. Okay. Simple addition is there, only the bracket changes. Here is the bracket and there is the bracket. Same in the multiplication also. Multiplication also, you are having the same property. Okay. Then if we add, multiply first two numbers and then it will multiply to the third number. See here, A into B into C is equal to A into bracket B into C. Okay, this kind of example is this. We can see here, take any again same numbers I'm going to take. 2 into 3, take the bracket into 4. Okay, 2 3s are 6 multiplied by 4. 6 4s are 24. Okay, now here 2 into bracket 3 and 4. Now 3 and 4. 3 into 4. 3 4s are 12. 12 2s are 24. Again the value is same. Here is also 24. There is also 24. So see here that the sequence doesn't matter in multiplication and addition. Where whatever the sequence it might be, that doesn't matter. I'll drop this example because we have to see the next property. Okay. Now identity. What is the identity? Means what? You get the original number. Identity, original numbers. Means what? If you add any zero to the any rational number, you get again the rational number. A plus 0 is equal to A, which is also we can write as 0 plus A. 2 plus 0 or 0 plus 2. The answer will be 2. Like that. Okay. 2 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 2 is again 2. Such kind of. Okay. And what is the multiplicative? Here in multiplication we don't have to take 0. Here in multiplication we are going to take 1. A into 1 is equal to 1 into A is equal to A. Again 2 into 1 is equal to 1 into 2 is equal to 2. 2 into 1 or 1 into 2. The multiplication is same. Your answer will be 2. So identity means what? We get the original number. Whatever the original number we are going to take, irrational number or rational number, that original number we get, that is what your identity property. I'll rub down this example. You can imagine any kind of example and put it here. It is not necessary that whatever the example I am giving to you, that only you have to see. You can take any of the example which you will like. If you want to satisfy any other example, then you can satisfy also. Okay. Now the inverse. Inverse is what you are very important. You have to take the negative of the original number. This is, if this is A, then you have to consider minus A and you have to add them. If we take any rational number, you have to consider its negative number. Okay, as if like minus 3 is there, then its 3 is there. Okay, like this. Then their addition will be 0. Their addition will be 0 because we know that in this addition and multiplication rules, if there is multiplication between plus and minus, we get a minus sign. So we get A minus A, and A minus A is what here? 0. Okay, plus a minus a get cancelled, we get as 0. So this is what your inverse. We can take any example also. Let us take 2 plus in the bracket minus 2 which is equal to 0. Again plus and minus become minus 2 minus 2 which is equal to 0. Okay, this is what your inverse. In inverse we take negative sign in addition, and in multiplication we take the reciprocal, that is a into 1 upon a which is equal to 1. A into 1 upon a which is this. Here we take a fraction. Here we take a fraction to get the inverse. Okay, what is the inverse here? A into 1 upon a. So this a get cancelled, we get as 1 as the answer. Fraction 2 into 1 upon 2 which is equal to 1. This 2 up and down 2 get cancelled. So we get the value as 1. Okay. So this is what the property of your irrational numbers. These are the 4 properties of your irrational numbers. One more is there, distributive property, but we don't have to learn it right now. So this much you can write it down from your textbook also. I hope you have understood all the properties. There are 2 types of properties, additive property and multiplicative properties. This is commutative, associative, identity and inverse property. Okay. Next. Next is your decimal form of any rational number is either terminating or non-terminating, or we can say that non-terminating means non-recurring also. Okay? Recurring type also. Recurring means what? It comes again and again. Okay. Decimal. Here what we can write, terminating type. Terminating type and non-terminating type, or it is called as recurring type. Irrational number. What are the irrational numbers? Either they are of terminating type or non-terminating type. Okay. So what is terminating type and non-terminating type? Let us see one example. Okay. One example we will see. Let us take 10 divided by 1. Okay. We will see all the values from 10 divided by 1 to 10 divided by 2, 3, 4, 5. Divide all the numbers up to 10 divided by 10. Okay. So this is, if we take 10 divided by 1, we get as the 10 value because 10 upon 1 is 10. Okay. Second, 10 divided by 2. Okay. What is the division? 2 divided by 10, that is 5. 2 5s are 10. So we get 5. See here, 3. 10 divided by 3. Okay. 10 divided by 3. First, 3 3s are 9. Again carry 1. Again 0, then put 0, put dot. Then again 3 3s are 9. Again 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9 and so on. This number we will go as it is. See here. 10 divided by 3. How 10 divided by 3? 3 3s are 9. Okay. So here we will get 0. 1. Take a 0. Put dot. Then again it is 10. So we have to take again 9. So again take 3. 3 3s are 9 minus again 1. Take a 0. Again 3 3s are 9 minus again remaining 1. Take a 0. Again 3 3s are 9 minus again remainder is 1, and it is repeating so on. So it is 3 3 3 3 3 3 and so on. Okay. So 10 divided by 3 is 3.3333. Fourth. 10 divided by 4, let us reduce it like 5 divided by 2, which is equal to 2.5 divided by 5. 5 2s are 4, 1, 0 आएगा तो 0.25 is 10. It is now divide, so it will become 2.5. Okay, उसके बाद में 5, 10 divided by 5 which is equal to this is 2 complete. 5 to the 10. Now 6 is what here? 10 divided by 6. Again we can reduce here 5 divided by 3. Same 5 divided by 3. Again divide this. 5 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3. 2. Take a 0. Keep a point. 3 6 are 18. Right? 3 6 are 18. Again 2 0. Again 20 is there. Again 6 are 18. Again remaining 2. Take a 0. Again 6 are 18. Remaining 2. Again it is continuing in the process. So it is 1.666666 and so on. It is in the continuing. Okay, number is continuing. Okay, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn terminating type and non-terminating type. So to understand these types clearly, I have taken some examples. I am dividing 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have to take more 4. Sorry. 10 divided by 7. Divide 10 by 7. Okay, it is. Let us take here 10 divided by 7. Okay, 7 ones are 7. Divided, how many remaining? 3. Take a 0, give a point. 10, 7 threes are 21, 7 fours are 28. Okay, so again 2 remaining, take a 0. 7 twos are 14. Okay, because 7 threes are 21, so 7 twos are 14. Okay, take how many? 20 minus 14, 60. 6 remaining, take a 0, it will become 60. 7 eights are 56. Right? 7 sevens are 49, 7 eights are 56. 56, again 4 remaining, so take a 0. Okay, 40. 7 fives are 35. So here again it will become 35. 5 remaining. See here, this is continuing and continuing. Again take a 0. 50 is coming. Again 7 sevens are 49. Okay, 7 sevens are 49. Your remainder is again 1. Take a 0. 10 is there. See here again 10. So it will start from 1. Again it will start from 1 and so on. 1, then 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, again 1. So your 10 upon 7 is what? Your number 1.428571. Okay, so this much number we will write it down here. Okay, so this is the division of 10 divided by 7. If you want to do it in your text notebook, you can do it afterwards also. So 10 upon 7 is equal to what? 1.428571. Okay, next 8. 10 divided by 8, we can reduce it. 5 divided by 4. It is 1.5 divided by 4. Calculate here. 1s are 4. 1, take a 0. 2s are 8. Again 2, keep a 0. This is 4. 5s are 20. 1.25. It is 20. 20, 20 get cancelled. 0. So 1.25. Here 10 divided by 8 is what here? 1.25. Now 10 divided by 9. Sorry, 9. 9 number. 9 we are going to take 10 divided by 9, which is equal to, okay, 9 ones are 9, carry again 1, 0, put a point, again 9 ones are 9, 9 ones are 9, 9 ones are 9, 9 ones are 9, and it will be so on. Continue. Okay. And the last one is 10. That is 10 divided by 10, which is equal to 1. 10 divided by 10, which is equal to 1. So I have taken here 10 fractions. Okay, 10 fractions I have taken. 10 upon 1, 10 upon 2, 10 upon 3, 10 upon 4, 10 upon 5, 10 upon 6, 10 upon 7, 10 upon 8, 10 upon 9, 10 upon 10. Why I have taken this 10? Because from this we have to find out what are the terminating type and what are the non-terminating type. So terminating type of examples means what? Which completely divides the given fraction. Which completely divides the given fraction. जो भी fraction दिया है उसे अगर वो complete division देता है, if it completely divides, then that kind of fraction is called as terminating type. See here, 10 upon 1. Your answer is what here? 10. So it is what here? Complete division. You don't have to put any point. So this is what here? Terminating type. 10 upon 2. This here gives you single number, 5 number. It is complete division. It is what here? Terminating type. Now see here in this example, 10 upon 3. What happens? Here 3.33333 means this process is what here? Going on. The number is recurring. Whatever the number is there, it is recurring. See here, recurring means what? It is coming again and again. That kind of number is called as recurring. So here, this is your non-terminating type. This is your non-terminating type, or you can say that recurring type also. Okay. See again here 10 upon 4. It is what here? 2.5. It is complete division. You get it completely divide these two numbers. Either the value is in point, but it completely divides the given number. So it is terminating type. Okay. Again, this is your terminating type. Now what here? See here again. 1.6666. This dot is coming. It means what? Here this kind of fraction. This kind of fraction is what here? Non-terminating type. This kind of fraction is what here? Non-terminating type. So keep a this is what here? Non-terminating type. So keep a cross. Again, see here 10 upon 7 is equal to 1.428751. Again, 1 after 1 again 42857. I will write down the number 42857. Okay, the number is carrying on as it is. Okay, so this is again non-terminating type. Again, this is non-terminating type. Now see here next 10 upon 8, 1.25 is complete division. You don't have to give any point after it. Continuing. So again, it is your terminating type. You have to classify the this examples whether they are from terminating type or non-terminating type. So we have taken here 10 examples. Again here 1.1111. Again this is your non-terminating type. And 10 upon 10 is again one answer. So it is your terminating type. Okay. So see here what are the examples with the number which we have divided to 10 and which becomes the terminating type is 1, 2, 4, 5, 8 and 10. The numbers are 1, 2, 4, 5, 8 and 10. These are the numbers which we have divided to 10 which are in terminating type. So in general, if you see all the numbers, this is 1, don't think about it. This is 2. Again, this 4 can be written as 2 into 2. Keep 5 as it is. This 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. Okay. Again, 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. Again, this 10 can be written as 2 into 5. So, here if you see all the terminating type, the denominators are in the form of 2 and 5. All the denominators are in the form of 2 and 5. So we can say that if the denominator, the number at the denominator, if it is in the multiplication of 2 or 5, then it is terminating type. Then it is what your terminating type. Then it becomes your terminating type. We will see examples. then you will be clear about it, because I have taken here one kind of example only, 10 upon 1, 10 upon 2 and all that. But if we see different kind of example, then we can say it how we are going to say that this is terminating type or non-terminating type. Okay. So remember this thing, if the numbers, whatever the numbers at the denominator नीचे जो है वो अगर 2 के मल्टीप्लिकेशन में है या फिर 5 के, 2 into 5 or 2 or 5, okay, then we can say that those numbers are in terminating type. Okay, and the remaining here if we put dot 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 dot, then they are called as non-terminating type. Also one thing is there, that if the number is repeated, if the number is repeated, then we put a dot over the number. Okay, so we will see here, I'll rub this. If a fraction is there, okay, 10 upon 3, we have seen here 10 upon 3, that is 3.3333 and so on. Okay, so if the number is repeating like this, then we put a dot over that number. Such kind of dot we put over the number. Okay, second example, if I am taking that 1.676767, only two numbers are going to be repeated. Only if two numbers are going to be repeated, then this we can write as a is equal to 1.67, give a dash, or it is called as bar. Okay, this is whatever the dash is there on those two numbers, we call it as bar. So 1.67 bar means what? 67, the number is what you are repeated. And the third is, if we take 3.123, okay, if three numbers are repeated, then we put again the bar. Okay, so whatever the numbers after 1 we are having repeated, like that, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 and so on. Okay, if such kind of numbers are there, then this numbers we can write as 3.123 bar. 3.123 bar, only for the numbers which are repeated, only for that numbers only you have to take a bar. Okay, and while solving such numbers, we are having two examples here to express the recurring decimal in p by q form. Whatever the recurring this decimal is there, that we have to represent in p by q form, means in fraction form. Then how we are going to represent them in fraction form? If one number is recurring, multiply the given fraction, whatever the fraction is there, multiply that given fraction by 10. If one digit is recurring, okay, if one digit is recurring, multiply the given fraction by 10. If two digits are recurring, okay, if two digits are recurring, then multiply the given fraction by 100. Multiply the given fraction by 100. And if three digits are recurring, then multiply the given fraction by 1000. Multiply the given fraction by 1000 and so on and so on. Means if four numbers are you are repeating, then multiply by 10,000. Five numbers are repeated, then multiply by your 1 lakh. Okay, 1 and 0, count 5 times 0. Then according to that you have to multiply by 0. Okay, so this thing you have to remember, that if the given recurring type, you have to convert in fraction. The recurring type of form is we have to convert in fraction, then you have to multiply it by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh accordingly. जैसे नंबर रिपीट होगा, if one number is repeated, then multiply by 10. Two numbers are repeated, multiply by 100. Three numbers are repeated, then multiply by 1000. Okay, so according to that you have to multiply. Now here one solved example is there, we will take here, express the recurring decimal in p by q form. Okay, so this way example we will see here how it is going to actually work. Express the recurring decimal is given to you, that is 0.777, 0.777 in and so on in P by Q form. Okay, this form you have to see here. Let suppose that fraction P by Q is equal to 0.7777. Okay, and so on. It is given. Now this we can write as P upon Q is equal to 0.7 and a dot, right? इतना लंबा लिखने से better है, just keep a dot. Okay, so this we can say as equation number 1 also. Now multiply both the sides by 10. Why 10? Because only one number is repeated. Okay, only one number is repeated, so multiply both the sides by 10. Multiply by 10 to both sides. Okay, so we get 10 P upon Q, which is equal to 10 into 0.777 and dot dot dot. Okay, now if we multiply by 10, the left hand side is same, but here the point will be shift. Multiplying by 10, the point will be shift. It will become 7.77777, so on. 7.777 means 7.7 and a dot. Equation number 2. So 10 P upon Q is equal to 7.7 dot. Equation number 2. Now subtract one equation from 2. 2 में से 1 subtract करना है. So we have see here, subtract 1 from 2. We have to subtract equation number 1 from 2. Okay, so what is equation 2? See here, 10 P upon Q minus P upon Q. 10 P upon Q, left hand side minus left hand side. 10 P upon Q minus P upon Q, which is equal to 7.7 dot minus 0.7 dot. 7.7 dot minus 0.7 dot. Okay, 7 के ऊपर dot है. So whatever the see here, 10 P by Q minus P by Q, 10 minus 1. If nothing is present there, means what? 1 is there. So 10 minus 1 is simply 9 P by Q. P by Q is as it is, 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay. If nothing is present there or written there, it means what? 1 is there. So 10 minus 1, it will become 9 P by Q, which is equal to, see here the point, 0.7 dot, 0.77, 0.77 and 7.777. If from 7.7777 minus 0.77, so whatever the point is there, that will be gone. Okay, so only it will remain 7. 7 के बाद में जो point है, वो that point is here, 0.77. That point will be cancelled. It will be subtracted. So we get here a number that is 7. And shift this 9 to the right side. So we get P upon Q is equal to 7 upon 9. P upon Q is equal to 7 upon 9. Okay. So we get the fraction as P by Q is equal to 7 upon 9. 7 upon. Very easy kind of example is expression, how we expressed recurring decimal into P by Q form. Very easy. Only one number was recurring, that's why we took 10. If two numbers are there, then we will multiply it by 100. The same thing is given in your note. That page number 21. Remember this, there is a box. There they have given the two things. First one is, note the number of recurring digit after the decimal point in the given rational number. Accordingly multiply by 10, 100 and 1000. Okay, whatever the numbers are recurring after the decimal. Okay, this is what the point means. What your decimal है. After decimal, whatever the numbers are repeated, accordingly multiply by 10, 100 and 1000. जैसे मतलब if one number is recurring, then multiply by 10. If two numbers are recurring, then multiply by 100. And if three numbers are recurring, then multiply by 1000 and accordingly. Okay. And the second one is, okay, the second one is, notice the prime factors of the denominator of a rational number. If the prime factors are 2 or 5 only, then its decimal expansion is terminating. Same thing I have given you in the last, whatever the explanation I have given, there only I have told you that if the, in the denominator, if the prime factors 2 and 5, the prime factors are 2 and 5, then we can say that the given fraction, whatever the given fraction is there, that fraction is your terminating type. For example, at denominator, if we have 16, 16 we can write as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So this is what, whatever the numerator it will be, okay, whatever the numerator it will be, but the denominator is in the prime factors of 2, okay. If it is the denominator is in the prime factors of 2, then the fraction is your terminating type. Then their fraction is your terminating type. Okay. So this was the basics of your real numbers. In next lecture, we will see the practice set 2.1 and the next part. Okay. Miss? Almas ma'am? Almas ma'am?
Yes, madam.
I have completed, ma'am, my lecture.
Thank you.
Thank you.